My mama heard them shots, she called to make sure I was safe. I could reel it to the ops, we put them niggas in their place. I ain't graduate from college, no, she feel like I'm a waste. Knowing all the pain I caused, it's hard to look in her face. But I be like, fuck it, we gon' make them niggas feel with us. Bro said when we in that wheel, it still feel like Quill with us. We don't boost, but we could lead a state, them glizzy still with us. They declare the war, we pluck them, they gon' have to deal with us. Whatever law put us through, we was built for. Niggas wanna kill me, niggas I would've killed for. Why that nigga use that young girl as a shield for? He can't drive, why they give my nigga a will for? Right. I feel for all them niggas fighting drama, we was going through trauma. Umi told me stay out that water, I turned to a piranha. Right. We done put niggas on shirts, turned into a designer. When Jai died, it turned me to a monster. Real rapper with some rap, nigga, fuck what you heard. Soon as he left off the step, he got left on the curb. Whole gang was on offense, run up while he walking, they come for me. Bro said that I could come to Boston. Fuck her first day, she said I don't do this often. Don't jump in that water, we gon' turn you to a dolphin. Skelly, real chat, but we gon' move them pounds out the telly. Real nigga, when I left, I gave my sneaks to my celly. I was leaning off that perk. You can't hang around, nigga, you ain't never put in no work. I put niggas down on the dirt, I lay niggas down in the dirt. 4 or 5 with a stick, my bitch gon' put it under her skirt. We gon' get the drive and then alert.
Them summer nights can even turn cold. In the streets of Philly where niggas don't even get to turn old.
The city of Philadelphia is known for its tough streets, loyal culture, and deep roots. But it's also known for birthing many talented rappers as well. To be a rapper out of the streets of Philly means you carry some type of story. A story that can only be told through a mic.
I'm from the hood where it's dark outside. Them late nights can't walk outside without a gun. I send my bloodhounds to bark outside. We get the chop-headed coppers, bring the chalk outside, and you done. I'm never chilling cause the narcs outside, and they watching like a hawk outside. Cause round here, is niggas dying younger than me. And now I'm 18, just as young as can be.
I mean, you have rappers like PNB Rock, may his soul rest in peace, Meek Mill, Cassidy, ARAB, Quilly, Lil Uzi, I mean the list goes on. But rarely do I hear people bring up this rapper's name when having these conversations. He's been rapping for some time now and barely gets the recognition that he deserves. He goes by the name Khalif Ward, aka Leaf Ward. Now, Leaf has been in the rap scene for nearly a decade, consistently dropping mixtapes and freestyles involving his struggles coming up in the west side of Philly. His bars reflect more than just talent. They reflect survival, pain, and a hunger to make it out.
I said blood in, blood out. I just came from the plug house, ain't never had no job, but we had weed, coke, and mud out, them slugs out. Bullets hit you, rip through tissue, Dukes in that spittle with you. All she could do now is kiss you in that line flat. You won't never get that time back. In the field like betters, tell a DJ, run that line back. The coke white, you broke right, the soap white. I ran off with 7 doors and fell in love with Snow White. I was a young boy.
Now, since recording this video, Leaf is actually incarcerated, facing up to 4 years in prison due to gun charges. But we'll discuss that later on in this video. Now, Leaf was born on April the 1st, 1998, and spent most of his childhood on the west side of Philly. He started rapping at the young age of 7 after he was inspired by Busta Rhymes when he came out with the song Touch It in 2005.
I started rapping whatever year. I always say this, whatever year Busta Rhymes dropped Touch It, you hear me?
Okay.
We used to beat on the wall. I used to just freestyle, bro. I was a fucking pup though. I was a young boy. I ain't take it serious yet then.
Coming up in the streets of Philly at such a young age, you're almost guaranteed to see things most kids should not be exposed to, especially when you're maneuvering without a father figure to guide you through right and wrong. When Leaf was just 4 years old, his father, Carl Ward, was convicted on a felony charge in 2002.
So, you not having a father, did that affect you growing up?
No, that should be like normal. Like I got a pop, he did 15 years in the feds, but you feel me? That shit's like normal, you feel me? Like it ain't like I was here before and I had a pop, now I don't got no pop. Like that shit like, fuck, my mom won't hold me down, you feel me? I'ma hold myself down, you feel me?
Yeah, is he still in the feds?
Oh no, he came home 2017, he out here.
Leaf's father came home from prison when Leaf was just 19 years old, separating himself from his son's life for 15 years. Because of that, by the age of 10, a young Leaf Ward had already found himself involved in the streets.
I jumped off the porch and I was like 10 on some real shit. Like 10, that's when I like really start coming outside, moving around, you feel me? Start getting in trouble.
Now, I couldn't find any information on what middle school Leaf attended. However, he did graduate from West Philadelphia High School. All throughout high school and middle school, Leaf never really took rapping that serious as a possible career, which is crazy to say because of how things panned out for him. He would just write raps for fun all day and then showcase them to his homies right after. His homies would always tell him that his raps was dope and that he should really consider going further with his music shit, but he never believed in himself that he could do it for real.
I think I go to high school, I got my little black and white composition book. I'm on some fuck school shit. I really wasn't too interested in school. I'm writing all day, writing raps, rapping them to my homies. Niggas been telling me I'm hot, bro. Like middle school, high school. I'm like, I ain't think nothing of it. When I was like 13, I was rapping until I was like 14, 15. Then I just stopped. I was on some shy shit, and I got fucking discouraged. So I just stopped rapping. But yeah, so I started rapping again when I was 18.
18, so like you've been taking this shit serious for like 2 years now.
Yeah, for like 2 years.
Leaf started taking music serious during his time in college. He attended IUP, Indiana University of Pennsylvania, majoring in DVM, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. Out of all the information that I researched on Leaf Ward, this by far was one of the ones that stood out the most and caught me off guard. So shout out to bro for doing that, but his time in college didn't last long at all.
And I went to IUP. I did a year in college. That shit ain't work out, bro. You mean? We back to the hood, you feel me?
Okay, so you was really trying to take the right path. You was going to school, going to college and all that.
Yeah, I wasn't never no dumbass nigga. Like, I wanted to be a fucking veterinarian, you hear me? But we was beefing in college, bro. So like, bro, I had at the end of the first semester, bro, I had a fucking 0.07, bro, cause I couldn't focus. There was too much going on. We had real smoke in college. It was
in college?
Yeah, bro. It was all Philly niggas that went to my school, bro. So that shit was goofy, bro. I said like, fuck it. I'm gonna go back to the hood. I'm gonna be a rapper. I really did that shit, bro.
So you wasn't rapping then?
No, I was trying to be a veterinarian. Real shit. You mean I was trying to do shit to make my mom happy, bro. My mom, man. She wanna try and hear I'm gonna be a rapper, you hear me? This shit over, like I'm out. I'm about to go back to the hood. I'm about to try this rapping shit, you hear me? So I dropped the song while I was still up there in college before I left. That shit went crazy, bro. I'm like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. But all my homies been telling me like, bro, do this. You don't really wanna do this. Do this, you could make our situations better with this shit. I did it.
Now, we ain't gonna talk about his 0.07 GPA, we'll just let that bitch rock. But while in college, Leaf decided to cook up for real and get in the stew. He dropped a couple tracks on Soundcloud before dropping out. On the 22nd of February 2016, he dropped CODMG Freestyle. Then on the 1st of March, he dropped Panda Freestyle. Later on the 7th, he dropped Pray For Him, then followed up on the 24th and dropped Gave Him Hope. Now, Leaf was slowly building up his confidence with each song that he uploaded to SoundCloud. He was getting a little bit of buzz around the city when he dropped these tracks. Now, obviously, the views that you've seen weren't the same 9 years ago. However, that summer is what changed Leaf Ward's life forever. Man, the summer of 2016 was big for Leaf. He dropped a lot of songs that summer, but the three that got hella notice was Rap Star, Tales of a Hustler, and On My Own Intro. On My Own Intro is currently sitting at 973,000 plays on SoundCloud and another 908,000 views on YouTube. This song really gave Leaf that boost to go all in and drop his first ever mixtape, which he named On My Own. Leaf ended that year off strong, dropping his first ever mixtape On My Own on December the 24th, right after Christmas. No major promos, no big features, just him talking his shit. That tape started getting traction on Soundcloud and YouTube, catching the ears of people within the city little by little. It wasn't polished, but it was real, and that's all he needed. Going into the next year, Leaf had just enough noise behind him to start making real waves, solidifying himself as a young voice out of West Philly with something to prove and the hunger to take over the whole Philly rap scene. 2017 saw a more locked in version of Leaf. This was the year he finally shook off a 5-year addiction to poppin' perks, something he later spoke on with raw honesty.
I was on perks from 2012 to 2017, bro. That's
So you were hooked on perks for 5 years straight?
I was a fucking fiend, bro. Real shit, bro. I was, 15, bro? I was 15 to fucking, 15 to 20, bro? Like, yeah, I was tall, bro. I was popping like 430s a day. On my first video, it's called Intro, 5,200 bars. That shit, I was on 430s, bro. Real shit, and I was broke. I don't know how I used to get high, bro, but I stopped popping them joints though, bro.
How'd you quit that habit though?
I just stopped, bro. Real shit, I just stopped.
Like the flip of a light switch, cold turkey?
Yeah.
Or you had to wean yourself off that?
No, cold turkey. Like, it's like, bro, you just stop taking Percocets, bro. That was the biggest challenge of your life, bro. If you don't chill the fuck out, bro, you feel me? So, that's how that went.
Kicking that habit wasn't just about getting clean. It was a mental shift. Leaf started moving different, thinking clearer, and focusing deeper on his craft. In 2017, Leaf dropped 2 mixtapes, Stuck in the Trenches, which he dropped in the summer of July, and The Trillist a couple months later in October. Stuck in the Trenches was another dope mixtape that got the streets talking, but one song on that mixtape that stood out the most was They Forgot.
In the field when shit get real, ain't worrying about no niggas or no bro. Life gave me lemons, I made lemonade with it. Bro, that paper can't go to the grave with it. I put that white in the water and then I start whipping this shit like a slave shit. I made that work do a shimmy flip. Fuck niggas, they ain't never give me shit. 2 hoes like Aunt Vivian, my new bitch look like she Caribbean. I put that work on the scale, man. Door to door service like a mailman. Praying and wishing I fell, man. They ain't really with me, I could tell, man. My loyalty could be tested, but this is the name I was blessed with.
So when did you notice that shit was getting real? It's different when you in it. So from the outside looking in.
Right. Like
when did you see
shit?
Yeah, when did you see shit was getting
Like when I
serious?
seen it for him?
Yeah.
Like, alright, so like, that shit really like, I don't know. He always had a little buzz, but it was like, this was like a couple years, like a few years ago. He had the city waiting on his tape. I forgot what tape it was, bro.
The Trillist.
Yeah, the Trillist, and everybody was like really, he ain't dropped it when he said he was gonna drop it, you feel me? And everybody was on the gram like going at him, like really like, bro, what you on?
Waiting on that joint.
By this time, this rap shit wasn't a game for Leaf anymore. He had people in the city really waiting on his next drop. That's when it clicked. This music thing wasn't just a side hustle. It was full time now. That year, Leaf went 2 for 2. The Trillist was another dope album that he came out with. Songs like Crossed Over, Let It Go, and Feel It in the Air were the ones that stood out the most.
Said they talk behind your back and laugh in your face, then I witnessed it. Before I found the law, every year I wrote my dad name on the Christmas list. They give me shit below, so I look up the dudes, now they all broke. Feel it in the air, them niggas ain't sincere. Show me who they was, now my heart broke. I swear I came up from nothing, heard different, they bluffing. I was in them streets like a runaway. Mom said he can't put his gun away. He said that them niggas could come today. We went too deep in the street shit. They catch us slipping, we in deep shit. I saw it, but I ain't see shit. Since a baby, I've been on G shit. Man, a lot of shit changed. All I'm giving them is pain. Would've had the water ready if I knew that they was coming with the flame. All my homies crossed over. Man, I done lost soldiers. Bad dope, got the fiends checking out. Man, I done lost smokers. I don't see no progress. I feel like I'ma die next. We get tired of the streets told, brother, and I'ma move him out the project. Got my brother in the hole. How the fuck I never find time to write it? Man, I'm calling niggas shiesty. Man, niggas just like me.
Leaf kicked off 2018 by continuing his They Forgot series, dropping They Forgot 2 in March. The track went crazy, racking up 1.8 million views on YouTube and over 2.1 million plays on Soundcloud. Like I said, by this point, Leaf had made a solid name for himself in Philly, but he was still flying under the radar on a global scale. You can scroll through the comment section on his older tracks and see people vouching for him, calling him one of the most underrated rappers out right now in the city. He kept that momentum rolling with his 4th mixtape, Concrete, another project that held its own number-wise. Every track on the EP had something to offer, but the clear fan favorites were Get Your Life, Sing to Him, and What If.
Speak on that. Speak on like the grind that comes with being an independent artist, not having a major label backing you.
That shit, like, it's like with me, I feel like it's gonna be harder, it's gonna take longer, but at the same time, I'ma last longer, you hear me? And like, I learned how to make the money early on, you feel me? I think I started 2016, I learned how to make the money in like 2018, you feel me? So now, I ain't doing this shit for free. Like, I was getting little features, little shows, but now I got a steady income, you feel me? And the income real, you hear me? So I'm like, you know, that's more motivation to stay focused, you hear me? And I'm collecting 100% of this shit,
Yes,
bro.
sir. Yep.
So I really turned deals down, bro. And that shit be fucking me up to this day. Like, damn, I turned this down. I ain't turned down $1 million yet, but I turned down a lot of money, bro. That shit like, damn, I could have took some, but it's like, at the same time, I be thinking like, damn, it'd be selfish to take this knowing I'm worth this, you feel me? And if I take this, I can't take care of all these people I want to take care of, you feel me? So I'm gonna keep working.
Throughout the rest of the year, Leaf continued to stay focused, appearing on multiple features, collabing with other local artists within the city, still keeping his name buzzing. But keep in mind, Leaf was going on this whole run as an independent artist. No label backing him, no major cosign pushing his name. Everything he built came from the ground up. He really had to grind and get it out the mud on his own terms. Unfortunately, towards the end of that year, Leaf got locked up on serious gun charges. He was accused of buying guns and passing them off to people who legally couldn't own them. PNB Rock, a legend out of Philly, got hold of the news of what happened to Leaf and posted his bail. This is some real shit that he did, because Leaf was specifically charged with felony gun charges tied to a straw purchase and illegal firearm transfer. I did some research on how much time a first-time offender could get with these charges, and it was up to 3 years for each charge. So Leaf was easily looking at doing 6 years in the feds with both charges. PNB Rock did Leaf a solid and bailed him out. He did this off of pure respect and love for Leaf, because he knew how talented Leaf was and saw the work Leaf had been putting in to get where he was at. He didn't even want Leaf to repay him.
How'd you link up with PNB Rock at first?
It's crazy, bro. That's my fucking brother, bro. No bullshit. I got locked up, bro. I don't know if it was 2018 or 2017. It might have been 2018. I got locked up, bro. I wasn't supposed to be home. Like, the money I had to pay for my defense and all that, bro, I was cooked, bro. I was supposed to still be in jail, bro. The nigga, him and my old head Mont, and bam, I ain't know him yet, bro. They came and got me out of jail, got me a defense, bro, brought me right home, bro. I'm like, I don't even know these niggas. Like, what the fuck y'all want in return? You feel me? They ain't want nothing in return, bro. They said, just do you, like, keep getting your money, like, you feel me? So I love them niggas to death, bro. Like,
2019 came with a lot of ups and downs for Leaf. Numbers-wise, he was still doing his thing, dropping another solid mixtape called Trench Baby and making noise with a fire freestyle on Power 99 Philly that had fans tapped in. But the year wasn't all wins. On the personal side, Leaf took a heavy loss, losing one of his closest homies, Ja. While the exact date of Ja's passing isn't public, it was evident in Leaf's music and freestyles that the pain hit deep.
Ja died, I had to deal with all the pain. Pray for sun, I had to deal with all the rain. I know these bitches all the same. When you in the streets, you gotta find a lane. Get high, the only thing to keep you sane. The way we living is a shame. Lost his life before he even could grasp it. 4 Captain Gownies with me, seeing name in the casket. It was tragic when he saw his nigga wrapped in that fabric. Got his viewing looked like he made out of plastic. He was trying to be a savage, just in jail. Aki teaching me to dine. Umi stressing, she told me I need to read the Quran. Love the streets, but I think it's time that I leave them behind. I miss Josh, shed a tear every time he on my mind. Just ain't been got that car that Josh died and I just cried. Started talking to God, I was wishing that he lied. I told you leave that beef alone, but it was your pride. Niggas looking at me crazy cause you from the other side. I told you get that money, you can't do that while you beefing. I was giving you the game, but you kept saying I was preaching. When you died, a lot of niggas switch sides, that was expected. But I know it's just cause niggas was scared and I don't respect it. I talk about you in every song, try to be strong, bro, them niggas did you wrong. That ain't where you belong. I put your name in every verse, I couldn't see you in that hearse. Fuck the side that you was from, nigga, you was my brother first. But
in your song, My Friend, Letter to John Baby, you said, I put your name in every verse, I couldn't see you in that hearse. Fuck the side you was from, you was my brother first. So how was the relationship between you and your friend John? Cause you say you was from the other side.
yeah, that's my man, that's my boy. John gave me, the nigga was 19 with his own crib. I was like fucking, I was 21. I ain't had no crib. My mom put me out the crib. Nigga let me stay in his crib. You mean, till I got my shit together, till I got right. I mean, got killed. He from we all from West. He's from the north side. I'm from the south side though. But certain niggas on those two sides go at it. They beefing and all that. They going to war. But certain niggas ain't in that shit. Certain niggas, certain niggas on other shit. So it was like goofy when he died, cause like he from the other side. Niggas on my side feeling some type of way, all that. But I'm type boy. I don't give a fuck. That's my man.
Man, that year was a very difficult year for Leaf. He was dealing with a whole lot of death, the kind of losses that'll make people stop and give up on everything that they were building. But for Leaf, it was different. That pain became almost like fuel to keep on going. 2019 wasn't just a tough chapter, it was his turning point. The year he stopped being just a local name and started becoming a voice people recognize globally. 2020 was finally Leaf Ward's breakout year. He came out the gate strong, dropping On My Own 2 in January, a project that many fans consider one of his best to date. One song off that tape that set everything in motion was They Forgot 3. It continued the series from his earlier They Forgot tracks, but this one hit different. They Forgot 3 wasn't just the best song out of the whole They Forgot series, it became his biggest song ever. As of today, They Forgot 3 has racked up 11 million views on YouTube and 2.3 million streams on Soundcloud, making it Leaf's most streamed track to date.
I was the one in the trenches, I was the one at the bottom, I had to grind. And I remember when homie was looking for me till I called it like I'm at the pond. And you don't know what they took from me, I saw the devil, he looked funny. And
that was it. Leaf was officially on. After the success of On My Own 2 and the visuals for They Forgot 3, every drop that followed was doing millions. He kept his foot on the gas, releasing visuals and singles throughout the year, including bangers like 2 Deuce, featuring G1K, another rising Philly artist at the time, Breakthrough, Big 762 Freestyle, his second most streamed song on YouTube, Stand On It, Young Nigga, All Said and Done, Underdog, and closed the year off with Pain Again. In 2021, Leaf continued to do the same thing that he did the previous year. He dropped an early project called Pray For Mine in January, which had songs like Get Back, Lil Leia, and the fourth, They Forgot.
we gon' sing one to him, then we gon' need another alibi. I felt that pain before, stood out in that burn the rain before. Niggas can say whatever, I never went against the grain before. We living a lose-lose, lost 2 back-to-back, we made the news. Them or us, you gon' die or you living, you gotta choose.
He released a lot of singles that year that pulled in a lot of views. Songs like Congratulations, One Last Cry, Exhausted, Guinness, and Investigation. In August of that year, Leaf did his biggest collaboration ever at that time with a very well-known artist. He featured on Sue Surf's album, Until Further Notice, on the track Vip Lap.
But I was stable, the realest nigga in it, man, this ain't no fucking gimmick. They came down shooting, we ain't run no fucking scrimmage. We do the Hellcat, the Rango, and it ain't rented, but you know it's tenant. People squinting, trying to see who in it.
Sue Surf was a household name in the battle rap scene as well as the music scene. As big as Sue Surf is, he even said Leaf Ward was his favorite rapper.
I got my favorite rapper in here. Y'all niggas in trouble.
Start me all the way from the all the way beginning.
Boy found his favorite rapper. Y'all niggas is in trouble.
Leaf closed out that year with 2 bangers. He dropped "So Go Crazy" and the visuals for "Get Back," getting all the momentum in the world going into 2022. Now, at this point of his career, Leaf clearly expanded his name across the nation. He kicked off 2022 with early bangers like Huey P, another song added to his viral collection, sitting at 3.4 million views. That was followed by Simon Says at 1.2 million and Intro, sitting at 844,000, hinting to his fans that he was in album mode. Then he dropped Real Drill and Thrill/First 48, both hard-hitting tracks that set the tone and pulled in around 4 million views combined before the album even dropped. Now Leaf decided to name his next album They Forgot, and it brought in serious traction. He worked with rapper G Herbo, which was another big time collaboration for Leaf. They did a song together on the album called In Which Sport. Then he sparked up another collab with a popular artist in Philly, OT7 Kwani, who was making a name for himself and had some buzz in the city. They did a song together on Leaf's album called The Need for Speed Boys. Leaf did another song with Sue Surf, this time on his album on a song called Bad Man that did great numbers, sitting at 1 million views. The rest of the tape was pure fire, but a fan favorite song was definitely Talk to the Dead, which did the best numbers out of all the songs on the tape, sitting at 1.3 million views. Leaf was pulling millions of views with ease, all of this while still being fully independent. After They Forgot, the album, he followed up in September with the single Big Week, and then dropped a second project before the year ended, Dead Living, a 9-track mixtape where every song hit. A fan favorite from that tape was Deal with Death, easily one of Leaf's deepest and most personal tracks. It's also one of my favorites too. To finish off 2022, he collabed with OT7 Kwani again on the track Midnight Club. At this point, these two were like a dangerous backcourt in Philly, putting up numbers similar to Shaq and Kobe.
Really master how I stack. Trap stars, we need a plaque. They said that when he was living, he was dead. He a pack.
On this next track, Leaf really showed his versatility, doing his first ever female collab with a young R&B artist from Philly named Zayana on the track Secret.
You give me what I need with no worry. I'll give you what you need all night long. Na 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 na.
Tell me when you gonna be, send me a dot so we can meet. Take you to Rodeo, I ain't gonna take you out to eat. You ain't fucking with no lure, nigga, baby, I'm elite. No, I'm coming to you as soon as I'm done running the street.
Without wasting any time, Leaf rolled into 2023, debuting his album Certified Member in January. This album had bangers like Certified Member, The Intro, Montclair Mary Ski Mask, Certified Bouncer, and he clicked up with a very well-known artist named LBAI on the track Duckin' Karma. After dropping Certified Member, Leaf was featured on a song that was arguably one of the hardest tracks to come out that year. It's also Leaf's most viewed feature ever in his career. He clicked up with Millies and LBAI on the track Risk Takers, currently sitting at 20 million views. This exposure was what Leaf needed. He finally got a chance to introduce himself to the world.
Different realest nigga in this shit.
With all this attention that Leaf was now getting, he decided to double down on it, following up with April Fools, sitting at 3 million, and made another hit banger with his duo, Kwani, on the track Power, another song that fucked up the city, sitting at 8.3 million views, which leads to his most recent album since, Rated R, another album that's in the argument for his best project of all time. Just scrolling through Rated R had too much heat. The ones that stood out the most were Keep Trying, OT7 Style, and Mob Music.
I'm a real mob member, nigga, this shit too in me. I don't think Allah gon' forgive us, we got too many.
Now what's crazy is, After dropping arguably one of his best projects being rated R early in August, Leaf got arrested on the 16th of August. He was arrested after being found in a stolen vehicle with a fully loaded Glock 40 with a switch attached to it while being on a date at the Bahama Breeze restaurant near King of Prussia Mall. Now, when Leaf got news that the police was outside the restaurant, he attempted to make his escape, going out through the back door, throwing away his illegal gun in the act. But he didn't make it that far. He was soon apprehended by ATF agents and local authorities. In December of 2023, a federal grand jury in the Eastern District of Pennsylvania issued a 2-count indictment against Leaf, charging possession of a machine gun and possession of a firearm by a felon. These are big-time charges. In October of 2024, Leaf formally pleaded guilty to both charges of the machine gun offense and illegal felon possession allegation, a charge that came back to haunt him back in 2018 when he was first locked up on those gun charges, but PNB Rock came and bailed him out. No plea agreement details were publicly released. However, the guilty pleas set the stage for the sentencing heard in January of 2025. Alright, so here's the sentencing hearing that Judge Slomsky imposed on Leaf Ward's case on January the 23rd, 2025. 46 months, which is 3 years and 10 months in federal prison, a $25,000 fine, and 3 years of supervised release after serving the prison term. Now look, Leaf Ward's 3-year sentence is a long time, but it will go by pretty fast. Look, we're already halfway through the year of 2025. Also, right before Leaf was arrested, he was at the very peak of his career, pulling in millions of views on his own, as well as collabing with other hot rappers, not disappointing his fans in any way, shape, or form in his features. It's sad that his run in 2023 was cut short. Songs like Risk Takers, Power, Mob Music finally had people across the world tune into his music, which he always wanted for his career in a real, genuine, and deserved way. But his run is not over yet.
All right, here we go. Sue Surf in the building. What's up?
What's good?